What's up guys, JM here. Today we're talking about some of the microphones that I use, whether it's in the studio or in a live setting. Let's do this. The topic of microphones has always been hot when it comes to studio talk, live talk, talks about, amongst musicians and all that stuff. And to be honest, it's always, what microphone should I get? What microphone should I buy? What microphone do you use? And there is no one answer. That's why you'd see a lot of people having different microphones throughout the years, experimenting and whatnot. But I'm going to show you my go-to microphones lately that I've been using and why I have been using. The first microphone I'm going to talk about is the first microphone that I actually bought. First professional microphone that I actually bought, when I wanted to step up my audio game, and that was the this one. That was the Shure SM27. That's a condenser microphone, large diaphragm condenser microphone. I got it because it's an all-around microphone, so you could use it for vocals, you could use it for instruments, you could use it in front of an amp. You could do pretty much a lot with it, and it's fairly cheap. I think it's about $300. Everything I have here is usually on a budget. I don't go overboard with really expensive equipment. Not to say anything about expensive equipment, but I could never afford the really high expensive equipment, and I always wanted to get the best quality versus what I'm paying for. And that was my first choice, and I had this for over 10 years now, and it's still a beast. We actually tracked all the clean vocals with this on the New Svengali record. I think it sounds warm, it sounds nice, very clean, and it's a beast. It's pretty cheap. I mean, not pretty cheap, but it's on the cheaper side of things. I think you can get it for about $300. Mic number 2, and it has been my go-to mic for a long time. I love it, and this mic actually. This one that I'm using right here. This is the Sanheiser Mk4. It is also a budget microphone. It's about $250 or $300 as well. I love the clarity. I love the frequency response. It just works with my voice. I feel that it works a lot with my voice. And I've been using this on all the videos here. I've done all my harsh vocals on Sayonara with this microphone as well. I do a lot of the acoustic stuff with it. I track a lot of the Acoustic Mondays with it as well. It's an all-around good microphone as well. It's good to experiment, and this is something that you guys need to understand, is that microphones react differently to different voices. So there will never be a set microphone that could work on everything, right? So make sure, if you have the chance, to grab a couple of mics. If you have friends that own a couple of mics, get them, test them with whatever project you're working on, whether with your vocals or somebody else's. Make sure to check how that microphone responds to the vocals that you're trying to record or to the instrument that you're trying to record, and do some comparisons and base your choice on that. What I find might work with my voice might not work with your voice or somebody else's voice, which brings me to the third mic that I don't actually have here, and it's with Adnan. It's the SM7B, and we tracked all the harsh vocals, his harsh vocals on the album with the SM7B. It just worked better with his voice. It didn't really work with mine, and that's an attestation to that. So the SM7B is another good microphone. I think it's a bit pricier than these two. It's about $400 or $500 if I'm not mistaken. I'll leave all the links in the description for you guys to check out the mics. So yeah, the SM7B was used on all Adnan's harsh vocals for the album. Again, get it if you can, test it out. Make sure that it works with what you want. It delivers what you want and what you're trying to hear, or what you're trying to achieve while you're recording. And I think that's the most important part while picking the microphone. That's it technically for my studio microphones. In terms of live, and I think everybody in the band, we've been using these microphones, the Sennheiser E935, and I just love this. You could probably see how rusty it is. from all the sweat and the live shows that we've done with this. But yeah, this is a tank. For me, this has been my go-to live microphone. The clarity, the ruggedness of this microphone is ridiculous. It took a beating and it's still working completely fine. There's almost literally no feedback with this microphone. For me, it works perfect. I know there's a lot of different mics out there for live, but my go-to is this one, the E935 from Sennheiser, and I think it's about $160, but it is worth every buck. I use it a couple of times in the studios as well, as a replacement to the SM7B, sometimes when somebody just wants to grab the mic and scream into it. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with it in the studio, but this is our go-to live. Again, I say it again and again. Make sure you experiment. Make sure you put different microphones into the test. Make sure that you're trying to get the best out of each microphone and how it works with different voices and different sources. Because what might sound amazing on vocals might not necessarily sound really good with an acoustic. So make sure you try this stuff and make up your own mind through trial and error. And that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gave you some insight on what I use and what you could experiment with. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to help support the channel, and I'll definitely see you next time.